Good morning, everybody. My name is Abby, and today we're going to be doing a flow that is themed around finding our place of comfort and being supported. We're also going to work a little bit into the hips and back, but we're going to take our time and move through these poses and really think about being supported and safe. We're going to start on our back, so go ahead and grab anything that you like to use to be comfortable on your back. Maybe you like a pillow under your knees or under your head. Maybe you like a blanket on top of you. Maybe you like your bolster under your knees. Find your most comfortable pose. Maybe you even want to do it laying over your bolster in child's pose. But we are going to end up on our backs eventually. So if you choose child's pose, you can always come in and join us on our backs after we connect with the breath. Setting up your most comfortable resting position. And then once you're here, just taking a moment to notice the sensation of the ground underneath your feet, maybe under your heels. Noticing the sensation underneath your hips. Noticing how it feels underneath your arms. Maybe your eyes start to soften on a point on the ceiling or a wall in front of you. Maybe they come all the way to a close. Noticing any sensations that are present in the body. Noticing if the floor is cool or warm. Noticing the temperature of the air. Noticing if there are any sounds around you, and maybe seeing if you can focus on one. And then coming back to the body, noticing the breath as it comes in one nostril and goes out the other. Noticing if one of your nostrils feels cool when you breathe in. And noticing warmth when you breathe out. Maybe one hand comes over your navel, maybe one hand comes on your chest, maybe both hands come over your navel. Just taking a minute to notice. Not changing the breath. Just noticing how your body expands when you breathe in and compresses as you exhale. Maybe inviting in a gentle body scan. Throughout this practice today, we're going to check in with the body and see, is there anything that I can release? Is there anything that I can relax 10% more? Checking in with the shoulders, checking in with the jaw. Feeling the body resting into the floor. And then coming back to the breath. Make this next inhale a little bit longer. And then match it with your exhale. One more breath. And then we're going to begin to invite movement back into the body. Maybe you take a big good morning stretch, fingers, hips all the way to toes. Just a big stretch, inhaling. And exhale, bring your arms down and let them pull out that bolster or pillow, and maybe just scoot your blankets to the side. If you're joining us in your child's pose, now is a good time to start making your way onto your back. One more deep breath in. Exhale. Beautiful. With this next inhale, we're going to stretch arms and feet out to the side like we're making a big star shape. And with our next exhale, we're going to draw everything in, pulling the knees all the way up to the chest. And then we're just going to stay here for a moment, rock out the back, massaging the hips into the floor. Beautiful. And then we're going to drop them to the right the next time you come over. Left arm extends out to the side. This can be a really gentle twist. We're just waking up the spine. First twist of the day. Maybe gaze follows your left arm. Maybe it stays at the ceiling. Inhale back through center. Rock out those hips a little more as you hug your knees into your chest. And then with our next inhale, we're going to stretch feet and arms back out into star. Big inhale. Exhale, draw everything in. And rock the knees, rock the hips. Beautiful. The next time you come over to the left, we're going to slowly drop the knees to the left. Right arm extends out to the right. Left hand can guide the left knee. Right arm is reaching out. Inhale back through center. Beautiful. We're going to inhale and stretch out to star again with our next inhale. Inhale, stretching to star. Exhale, draw everything up. Beautiful. This time we're going to drop the right foot to the floor and allow it to scoot all the way down until it's laying flat. So we're just hugging our left knee into our chest. Beautiful. And then we're going to drop that left knee to the left, dropping it open to the side. If this feels uncomfortable in the body, you can support it with your hand. You can grab a block or a bolster, pillow, support it underneath for supine tree pose. Amazing, everyone. With the next inhale, we're going to draw just that knee up and we're going to bring it over the body, crossing into a twist. So our left knee is pulled up and over to the right. Right hand can guide the knee. Left arm is stretching out to the side. Beautiful. Inhale and exhale. Bring both of your knees up to your chest. Maybe rock out those hips again, walk them out. Beautiful, everyone. I love seeing the variations. That's amazing. Next inhale, shoot out to star. Just sit here for a minute and just remember this is your practice. Meet your body where it is in the movements that it needs today. Exhale, draw everything in. And with the next inhale, we're going to stretch the left leg out on the mat, reaching that left heel long. And then we're going to exhale and drop the right knee to the side. Supine tree. Finding what your body needs here. Noticing how this side is different from the other side. Noticing if it needs different support. Inhale, hug the knee up to the chest. Beautiful. And then we're going to slowly start to drop it to the left. Again, just seeing what your body needs. And if sensation ever becomes too intense, you can always come back to center. With your next inhale, gently unwinding, coming back. Beautiful. And drawing both knees in with your exhale. Just breathing here for a minute and soaking up all that beautiful work. From here, we are going to make our ways onto our hands and knees into tabletop position, taking our time. Maybe you roll onto one side and gently push up to a seated position. Maybe you take a full body rock and you roll your entire body, full vertebra, and you start to roll. And maybe you take a few rolls if you're wanting to do a roll. Just massaging the back as you come up, holding onto your knees. Beautiful. Beautiful, you guys. Again, we're meeting in tabletop. Good job. And then once you're in tabletop, just taking a minute to ground down through the hands, checking in with your elbow creases, seeing if they're pointing in the same direction as, most of your fingers, the ones that are pointing forward. And then maybe pushing away from the mat a little bit, pushing the chest up, engaging the core, pushing down through the tops of the feet, seeing how that changes the posture. Beautiful. We're going to move through some cat-cows. Inhale, drop your stomach towards the mat, chin tips up. Exhale, pushing navel up towards the sky. Inhale, coming back down. Exhale, pushing up. Maybe you start out with small movements. And then as your back warms up, maybe you drop and move up a little bit more. Just keep flowing through with your breath. Seeing what your body needs. Matching the pace of your own breath. Maybe slowly finding your full range of movement wherever that is in your body today. Today is going to be different from other days. Sometimes it's the same, sometimes it's different. Meeting our bodies where they are. Inhaling and exhaling. And then with one last move through cat-cow, inhaling, dropping, exhaling, rounding. We're going to meet in neutral after this one. And then while you're here, just take a minute to find any other movements that your body might need, like maybe bringing your, one shoulder closer to your one hip for kind of a side C bend. Maybe you take some barrel rolls. Just really getting everything going. And if you're taking some barrel rolls, maybe you take a minute and reverse them. Inhaling up and exhaling down. And then coming into stillness. Send your hips back for our first child's pose of the day. You're welcome to come back to this place at any time during the practice. This is a place of safety and support. One more breath here. And with our next breath, we're going to rise up, hands and knees. Beautiful job. We're going to prepare for our thread the needle. When you're ready, finding that position of support again, going into the tops of the knees. Inhale, right arm comes up, stretching towards the ceiling. Beautiful. Exhale, thread through. Amazing. The back of the right palm is on the floor. After it's come through under our left elbow, right cheek is on the floor. Left hand can be forward on the mat or right where you started, kind of in front of your forehead and nose. Or it can be wrapped around the back for a bind. One more breath here. Exhale, begin to unwind. Maybe that hand plants back in front of the nose again. And just slowly unraveling. Right arm comes back up towards the ceiling. And then back to the mat. Amazing. We're going to do the same thing other side. Inhale, left arm comes up towards the ceiling. Exhale, threading it through. Left cheek comes to the floor. Right hand can stay planted in front of the face, or it can come up, or it can wrap around the back for a bind. Just taking a minute to check in and see if this side needs anything different than the other side did. Beautiful. Exhale, begin to unwind. Right hand plants in front of the face. Sweeping that left arm up towards the ceiling. And exhale, release. Beautiful. We're going to bring our right knee through between our left hands. Beautiful. Finding our 90-90 shape for low lunge. Amazing. You're always welcome, if blocks are a part of your practice, to have them nearby. You may want this for our half splits in a moment. Coming into the 90-90. Whenever you're ready, we're going to ground down through the back foot that's touching the mat. And then we're going to engage through the front leg by pushing into the top of the right thigh. You can place both hands on top for a minute, thinking about stretching up through the top of the head. Grounding down through the right hand, release your left, allow it to come down to your left side. And then we're going to slowly sweep it up and over for a side bend. Again, we're grounding down by pushing through our right hand into our thigh and the back of the left foot. Exhale, release. Beautiful. We're going to open up for a side twist. Twisting towards our bent knee. Arms are open wide. Beautiful. Exhale, come back to center and reverse the twist. Opening up to the left. And exhale, release. Coming down into your half splits. Walk that front foot forward a little bit. If you don't have blocks as part of your practice, you can also grab some thick books. Anything that you need. Feel free to have a generous bend in the knee. We're looking for a sensation, but not too intense of sensation. Beautiful, you guys. Thinking about hinging from the hips, straight line through the top of the head. Beautiful, and release. Bring that foot back up towards your body. Amazing. We are going to stay here and tuck the toes in the back. Push up through the back feet for kind of, yes, amazing. Front knee can stay bent. Beautiful. Again, you can use the props if it's helpful. We're going to do the same twist. Left hand on this. We're going to open up to the side. Front knee is bent. Back knee is extended. We're standing, but we're bent. Opening up through the side. Beautiful. And release. You can go ahead and straighten out your leg. Bring them both close together. We're meeting in forward fold. Generous bend in the knees. Beautiful. While you're here, maybe you play with grounding down through the mat. Maybe you play with picking up your toes. Maybe peace fingers come under your big toes. Maybe you even play with walking your hands underneath your feet and seeing if that changes anything. Maybe you grab opposite elbows and just allow everything to hang towards the floor. Finding the option that your body needs today. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. And this time, we're going to step our left foot back. And we're going to stay with it raised. Beautiful. Amazing. Start to walk your way to the left. Wide-legged forward fold. Amazing. And you're probably going to want to bring your blocks with you because we're walking around to the other side of the mat through our forward folds. Just fold in here. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. And walk your hands and your blocks to the right. I'm sorry, I said right, I mean the left. We're going to the opposite side, the new side of the mat, the short side. And then when you're ready, we're just gonna bend in to that left knee. Beautiful. Again, you can stay hovering, similar to what we did on the other side, or you can drop that back knee if the sensation comes too intense. But for now, staying up. Beautiful. Plant the right hand. We're twisting towards the side of the bent knee, opening up towards the left. Beautiful. Exhale, come back to center. Drop the back knee. We're going into our half splits. Amazing. Again, just thinking about hinging through those hips, making a straight line up through the top of the head. Beautiful. And then walk your foot back towards you, coming into 90-90. And then stretching up through the top of the head. Beautiful. We're going to ground down through the top of the left knee, left leg, pushing down with the left hand and the right hand, pressing down through the top of the back right foot. And then when you're ready, we're going to inhale and sweep the right hand up towards the ceiling for a beautiful side bend. Release with your next exhale. Beautiful. We're going to open up towards this side. Inhale. Coming to the side of the bent knee. Exhale, bring it to the center. Inhale, open up other way. And exhale, release. Go ahead and come back down to your mat. Bring your feet both behind you. We're coming into our child's pose. This can be a wide-legged child's pose, or it can be a knees together child's pose. Wherever you are, just checking in to make sure that those toes are touching in the back. If your blocks are nearby, your hands can also come to blocks. Inhale, come up. Beautiful. We're going to start to make our way onto our backs for our cool down. So taking your time, maybe you lower down onto one hip and slowly start to lower yourself one vertebra at a time. Once you're on your back, maybe you play with bringing your shoulders underneath. Beautiful. And then once you're there, bringing both feet up close to your hips and then crossing the right ankle over the left thigh. And maybe you stay right here today. This is a beautiful place to be. Or maybe you play with pulling that thigh towards you. Just kind of seeing what your body needs. Maybe you even play with rolling out the left ankle while you're here. Release the twist. Give the knees a little hug into the chest. Rock the hips back and forth. And then we're going to drop the right foot to the mat. Cross the left ankle over. And maybe you stay right here in this figure four. Or maybe you draw that right thigh up towards the chest. Unravel your feet with your next exhale and draw those knees into the chest. Beautiful. Just taking a minute to rock it out. Allow your feet to extend long across the mat, stretching your arms out. Big inhale, big stretch. And then we're going to walk the feet to the right of the mat, to that right corner. And then maybe even cross the left ankle over the right foot. And then we're going to walk our shoulders over to the right. And maybe we grab our left wrist with our right hand. Soaking up that stretch. Coming back into the center of the mat. With your next inhale, start to walk your feet out to the left corner of the mat. And maybe you cross that right ankle over the left. Start to walk your shoulders over to the left side of the mat. And this time maybe you grab the right wrist with your left hand. Beautiful. Walk the feet back to the center. Walk the shoulders back to the center. Hug your knees into your chest again. Exhale. And then we're going to come into happy baby. Hands can come onto your calves, onto the outside edges of your feet, wherever you're needing to be. Maybe your happy baby is still, or maybe your happy baby rocks back and forth. Just seeing what you need today. With your next exhale, allow your feet to come together and drop down towards the mat for butterfly. Your feet are close, or they're on their way up to their hips. They don't have to be super close to your hips. It's wherever they need to be, but they're open. Feet are together, or the sides of the feet are together. The knees are opening up. Inhale and exhale. You're welcome to take your Shavasana in this position with your feet opened up, or you're welcome to put any kind of props underneath you. You could even be supported in this position. We are moving towards our Shavasana now. So checking in with your body, making sure there's no other final movements that you need. And then finding that place of comfort. Beautiful. Maybe you have a blanket as part of your Shavasana, your resting pose. Maybe you're supported. Wherever you are, just taking a moment to rest into the floor. Checking in with the shoulders, checking in with the jaw. Can I release the shoulders 10% more? Can I release my jaw 10% more? Maybe even inviting in a gentle body scan from the top of the head, through the forehead, the eyebrows, the eyes, the nose, the cheeks, the mouth, the jaw, the neck, the shoulders, down through the arms, elbows, forearms, wrists, and hands, down through the upper torso, front and back, the abdomen, front and back, and the hips, down through the hips, the thighs, the knees, the calves, the feet. Seeing if I can release 10% more. Seeing if I can melt into the floor a little bit more. Seeing if I can rest into its support. And maybe moving around so that I can find 10% more comfort in my body. You're welcome to stay here on your mat for as long as you'd like. But if the rest of the day is calling to you, maybe you start to invite movement back into your fingers and your toes. Maybe you gently start to windshield wiper your feet back and forth. Maybe eventually rolling onto one side of your mat before pushing up to a seated position. Thank you for taking the time today for your mind, body, and soul. I look forward to seeing you next time.